Today na the 4th day of August 2022. Just the other day, not when we start 2022. August will start yesterday. Now 4 days we don't knock so. Now rondong with the rondong so to the end of the year. You plan for go salon. Don't buy ticket. You still do it. Waiting at the ticket price from Usayu they come out for go salon. How will look like now you end? Abdul Kaman, I know the first person we don't give stars today. Thank you for the stars. Eh? How will look like for go salon? Or you know the person we don't put X to salon. Say, what me? I beg. Not guiding. Now Republic Day. Now I know it's on a super salon. Eh? You say waiting? And we know, eh? Thank you. Public smoking from yesterday, the 3rd of August, is banned in Sierra Leone. Yes? John Sisse, thank you for the stars. Public smoking is banned in Sierra Leone. They don't ban public smoking. Na salon. Na public places. You don't think you for the argument? Eh? Who do they determine what's in a public place na salon? Eh? And the talker tell you by yourself the type up. That one then I get for funny force. Who do they determine what's in a public place? Because they say public smoking. And thank you back for the stars, sir. See you. Who do they determine them? What do you know say na public space? What you think say? Okay, I don't give you the nitty-gritty of the bill, but let's talk small back. Who say na public space? Who say you consider for be? Say where you think say this logo bets you if you team up the smoke. Mustafa Kone, thank you for them stars. Eh? Who say? Is it waiting? Na street? Okay. Who say again? And me Papo, thank you for the stars. Eh? Who say again? Hospital. How do they go smoke self in hospital? Okay, then kid in that corridor, eh? Yes, then they smoke in that scoobing. Who say again? Schools? How do they go smoke in a school? Eh? Some of the teachers, you don't see them. Okay. Who say again? Transport? Eh? Leone and then their own mona. Apprentice and driver. Eh? Back is a public space. Now outside 2 or more people together. Public place to me than as the talker. He said that any enclosed place outside people gather together. So inside you compound. Inside big yard. Now public space. Eh? Inside, that one they na big compound. Na public space that one day. Alhaji Moisoi Marase, he say church, na public space, yes, airport, Emmanuel Cole. Mamadou Ali Shaw say, he say street, school, college, attire base. What did they do at attire base? Yeah. Transport, market, Renita say restaurant, bars, hotels. And Mami Kanu say state house. Alright. Because before I can go through the nitty-gritty, I ask, them big compound them. Francis Lanson, I thank you for the stars. Them big compound them. Big yard. Now public space. So, when I say outside 2 or 3 people together, if you did it with your wife and you picking them, na public space. My bank say sport arenas. Ah well. Guess down wire. So na to today say he say all side, but enough for be you host. Big yard and private space. I dey talk about them compound they will get 4-5 apartments there inside you. Inside compound, inside different families they occupy, na public space. And so back you stay. Not so private anymore. I thought you say streets not enclosed. Ibrahim Solicita. How far with this motorcar, Ibrahim? Thank you for the stars. Abdul Kamal, let it rain, brother. Thank you for the stars. Alaji. So Ibrahim, I say na private, it's na private. Sheikh Selassie public buildings, streets, gatherings, okay? Yeah, but Kabase, what's in the happen but inside club? A public space? But what's in there they do? Musa Kagbo, thank you for them stars. Musa Bango say, na any official place. Okay, I'll get them book man in here. Abdullah Musa Marase, according to Wikipedia, a public space that a place which is generally open and accessible to people. Roads, public squares, parks, and beaches, and typically consider public space. Now then space then they. Okay, Alassane Amira say public space that a place where generally open and where people and the access. Okay. Club vicinity for entertainment and public space. Big compound. I make a ask big compound and public space. Technically big yard and public space. One or more family there tap there. Abdul Kamal, let it rain, brother. Thank you for the stars. Lovely M. Kanu say, it's an ability way controlled by government, like school, hospital, bank, and more. Bedroom, a private space dandy. Koshaman say beach parks, okay. So, Tommy they actually say, what about the ghetto? Na public space? Okay, Ibrahim, sorry. We'll be waiting for that call, sir. Na public space, ghetto. What's in a public space? Sheikh Usila say na Kenya, then they find you if you smoke na the road. There are designated locations for smoking. Usabi dan de na den country all day. Even a job, you get to say for tibap for smoke. Back you say if you want for smoke do na your backyard, you living room or you bedroom. Hey, for smoking sales. Okay. Tell you by how they come. And to say even at the United States, states then they will prohibit public smoking. But then get specific places them, even a job, where then create who say you go smoke. Uma for Minneapolis say any side where people then gather and socialize. You don't need for know them or you not sabi them. To them, smoking is generally not ideal for mortal man. And even if you know they smoke, now they can jam you. Self-troubling. Okay. Big compound, big yard, they say na public space. Big salute to you, Mohamed Conte. Thank you, sir, for the stars. Public square, parks, libraries. Okay, somebody they ask cinema. Any entertainment place na public venue, says that Otoka. Asana to Conte say if you want smoke, go na your room. All right. Well, I just say ask that question there. At least we don't share, we don't get idea them. What's in a public space? Mamekagbo say big in a private space. Because the home for all the tenants them. So in one for Greece big yard na public space. Why Dominic they ask? Well, what to go do now, Bob Marley net? I say, what's in the ghetto then go do? Ghetto na public space? Even in Liberia, public smoking is prohibited, says Elias Aboud. Kunkuin say, a public space na any place where defined by law. Or the lawmakers they say na public space, na public space. Church and mosques, would I expect people go smoke na church and mosques? That's something wrong. Well, you need deliverance. Eh? Back you say, Intik said, and the first thing this way, Parliament don't consider public good. Tell by yourself, then they ban public smoking, then they forget designated area for smokers. And to say, it might be constitutional crisis if provision not there, if they don't make provision for smokers. We're going to infringe on the rights of association. So what's in the penalty if you smoke in a public? Alright. Well, let's go to the nitty-gritty of the bill we don't pass na parliament. So Lama they ask what about streets? Streets already in a public space. Public space. Even we don't take na the outside world, we don't take them boat, cruise, ferry, this and that. They always create space for smokers. No smoke per all man, but when I able get down ourselves, when I smoke per ourselves. Now job there, they get designated areas for smoke. And get designated places for smoke. Una what they do una pack pa una self, una let go pa una self. At the talk I say even at the UK are the same. They ban public smoking, but even the pubs them, they get designated place for the smokers them. Yes. Kanawa say government for stop business people them for import cigarettes at the country. And the ABO. Well, Patrick Dominion they ask say, what about the one who can just smoke openly? He say like stand 6 in that stadium. Musa Bango say, un policeman come au bush. Okay. Parliament on the 3rd of August 2022 don't turn into law with some amendments. The bill were entitled the Tobacco and Nicotine Act 2022. After committing to the Legislative Committee for further scrutiny. Dave Katie, thank you for them stars. Okay. You know, say, then count and force, then the well, then debate them, then go to a committee stage. Well, now the lobbying they take place, then talk with it, then get for talk, then debate them and everything. And for the third time, they can read in a parliament. Then the Speaker of Parliament asks, all in favor say aye. Then he say, all against say nay. And let's lead the Speaker. The ayes have it, have it, have it, have it. That's why they are. Let's lead. And as so it been turned, the ayes have it. After it be done come out, now the committee stage, we come back now the well. This now waiting the bill sought for provide. He said the bill sought for provide for control and regulate 1. The production, 2. The manufacturing, 3. The importation, 4. The packaging and labeling, 5. The advertisement, 6. The promotion, and lastly, the waiting, the sponsorship. Well, I'll go over again. Thanks a lot, Ezekiel. Thank you for the stars. Let them keep coming, yeah? Let's go over waiting the bill sought for get control over. Production. Tobacco. So this a mix pa we locally tobacco. Eh? They get to the answer about public drinking. No, na nicotine. Now they talk about right now Tobacco and Nicotine Act. So the public tobacco, we local tobacco it mix. Yes, it mixing because then they smoker. But now then the green puts na the mouth, you know mix eh? Tobacco. I didn't call on the snuff. No, snuff no mix. Eh? Leah Johnson, thank you for the stars. Hamla. Okay. Sorry, Mara, thank you for the stars. Alright, slowly go. Again, I want to go over production, manufacturing, importation, packaging and labeling, advertising, promotion, sponsorship, sale, and the use of tobacco products, and other nicotine products. For provide improvement on public health by the way a manner where then go limit the harm where smoking they cause. And not the harm no more, the exposure. And for we the second hand, we the one that only smoke, we then kill likampa. About to kick about thank you for them stars. Why Dominic say all smoke na smoke? Because Shama say smoke na smoke. Eh? Don't guys are the exercise for smoke now. Alright. Don't guys thank you for the stars. Who's side for smoke now? Uri candy. But for Salo right now, Iban. Mabinti Daniela Mara, Awa, thank you for the stars. Let it go. So, the exposure, what they get to them, smoking is not good, okay. Alright. What's he make them say then do am? Now for limit the health harm where the use of tobacco they cause, where we all know they smoke, but we exposed to them second-hand smoking, the danger self where they cause to we, tobacco and also nicotine. Then they try for reduce the demand for tobacco and nicotine products them, and for provide in cooperation na Sierra Leone the obligation under the World Health Organization and framework. Who say Salon say we don't go sign paper for that convention day for tobacco control into domestic law. For provide establishment for the tobacco and nicotine control Secretariat responsible for the implementation of this act and for provide for other related matters them. Sometimes they go say they focus on the smoke because of waiting. Okay. Waiting are the difference for smoke. No, una no come for me. A question I ask. Waiting are the difference for smoke cigarettes and get firewood when not agree for catch. Rain season mango wood. Waiting are the difference for the inside that fireside with the smoke. Oh yeah, all the bone. Where sometimes they not able to stand the smoke inside the kitchen. Or you know that fireside they not there again. Outside then they use wood. What's that the difference with the smoke? With the person who they smoke cigarette? Wanna help me ba? That firewood don't know the catch. I'm supposed to order the smoke cigarette. Like right now, so na season a salon. Hey, get in tranga es firewood then. What about the one who they burn dirty? The one who they burn dirty. What about them? You don't know side they burn dirty. Like my neighborhood, then they burn dirty. Better one. Better one. And they tell them, mon ami pasol. Now the breeze, where ready they drag the asses. They carry na mi veranda. Me won't know they burn dirty. Say meet up. Who say you don't give small thing, let them can crop, they don't make fine for you. Don't arrive in sending they say they're ready for burn dirty in the area. All thing they come back inside compound. The smoke you not good for talk. So what's in the difference? I just want to understand though. Let all land ba. Because burn dirty, all kind thing waiting for burn, waiting not for burn, all thing they burn. So now just the nicotine and the tobacco they focus pa. If they deal with smoke. Okay. Firewood not get nicotine, says Michael Coker. But the smoke himself unhealthy. Samuel Hamilton, you want to under parliamentary how they are bien? You no go work, This is go. I wish them be add all anything they get to do with smoke. And this one. The bondoti, I hate that one. Waiting born nebulo, waiting not born nebulo, all will be born. We know they talk for them, lorry them. Where they let go the smoke like waiting. Alright, let's continue. I be just one for I bring down the inside small. The Deputy Minister of Health and Sanitation, Princess Dogba, now be there behind this bill. Then we carry the bill go na parliament. And members them, then we debate them. Better one. Eh? Better one. I want to kick about we're on the same boat on that one. That bondoti. I can't stand that. Can't stand that either. Okay. So smoking is banned. We don't ban them. And this one, even World Health Organization, we tweet. You know, say we like they can tweet then you know to so. For say kudos to Sierra Leone because Salone don't ban public smoking. We not for Yerifa. Not for Yerifa pada one day. We know that's not so. For say true, we don't ban public smoking. Na Salone. Amina Majid, thank you for the stars. Aisatu Kamara, thank you for the stars. Okay. They've get to say, if weed included. They say smoking. Even to see na shisha na ene kola me no sabi how den kola. Na shisha all that one they mix so. And then the first time don't come on right now na Salone. Na don't come on na Salone. The shisha. People can get them personally first. Personally, people can get her. Mohamed Ali Mukake, thank you for the stars. Personally, they get the shisha. So all I want first they mix some. They mix some for this bill. Cigarettes get nicotine. Yeah, cigarettes, of course. They say smoke, they say nicotine and tobacco. So anything we get nicotine, we get tobacco param. Eh? Anything we get nicotine, we get tobacco. Now in the talk. Okay. So what's in they consider public space? They don't tell we say. But Kush gets all the bad thing. Yeah, that shisha day na the new fashion as Salone. And then they play with her. I asked sister if ghetto na public space. Somebody say attire base. Attire base not to smoke, then they go smoke and drink attire day. Will they consider that? Will they consider that as a designated smoking area? Kush already na illegal drugs, so the drugs even the jamba illegal na Salone. So now the one they make this for that Catherine Jaffoy from where he lost, pass as you so they will get case. Me and you. The one them where then they talk about so now the legal one them, now them ban. You can smoke them, but not. You just know say if you team up for smoke jamba publicly where you want to put something at the police in pocket. Eh? Also, the one way Kimon and me pass all. Now drivers and apprentices with the smoke per passenger them. Drivers and apprentices. Tell me top side the driver and the apprentice they exchange cigarette. Well, when I don't suffer as the passenger then inside the motorcade. Musa they ask how they go enforce the law. Ah well? Okay. Then tell we just knowing. Eh? Even electronic cigarettes, then call and tobacco. I don't know if you know that. Incest of the mix and they don't tell we say. Then get the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Secretariat. Now then go responsible for implement the act and for provide for the other related matters then. So right now I don't pass it to law. Maybe later then go parliament back where then go put. I feel say when then we go past this. Kun, thank you for the stars. Then we supposed for don't get the guidelines them. But there's no guidelines right now. I don't know if they get for go and back na parliament to for let parliament go approve. Or now it get for be at the masses of the one them waiting at the secretariat because they're responsible for implement some. Eh? That you say it never pay the money. We try to quick. Eh? Now then, they are the masses. As at now, guidelines not there. The implementation, I don't know if they ever go to back na parliament. For say, okay, designated areas go there, na public spaces them, or not. Yeah? Because if we left at the masses of the police, yeah. Okay. If we left at the masses of the police for do the implementation, all right. Well, I go there. And they all go there, if not too small one. Also, but I feel saying a good start though. A very good start. We have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. That bondoti. Eh? Now me they look for. The bondoti. They look for that, they know to small safe. Where then go get for passer. They really need for pasta one day. And then they get for Kechiboku. I don't know. Eh? I don't know. Bondoti. Hi. Okay. Most of the nom then at the states now, even they allow smoking again at the building. Okay. I like to kick Kabasile Salou Police implementer. The case is 2022 don't produce beaucoup lot of. The parliamentary chairman for health and sanitation committee na parliament, Honorable Moses Joki, na ici well the blue jacket so. Na in that one day. He commend the government, he said, for standing tall for address the issues of tobacco smoking, and he highlights the negative impact where smoking get on the one the way they use them and also on the states. The one the way they use the smoke. What do they know more in the states? Honorable Joseph William Lamin, he said he member during the time of slavery. He said he member during the time of slavery when na tobacco they use for exchange for black man. And he gone for condemn the one who they smoke cigarettes. He said it gets negative effects on mortal man. He said he wants more action to be taken for make them go eradicate and control tobacco system inside salon. Yeah. Okay. I say, on a comment bien salon police. Ok. Honorable Moussa Fofana, in refer to the bill say, na critical bill we need urgent attention. And the urgent attention and action will be needed in the commend institution will support the process. Honorable Fode Mario Kamara, in support the passage of the bill, and in the highlight say the effect of the development of the country itself go up. The opposition leader, Honorable Cherno Ramadan Majuba, na the pre-legislative hearing, say in don't learn beaucoup about the importance of the bill. And he be called on the one that will be the champion the bill for provide a space for smokers and call for total support of the bill. Then before them be passed, or them be doing well before they go to committee stage where they come back. Now they it be called for waiting a space for smokers. Okay. We wait for the implementation. So, inside your motoka, you dey smoke. Na public space. I not say transport to private car. Inside your motoka, your private car. You dey smoke a public space, but the smoke get for Canada, not so. They can at the the public space. Okay, you never swell at the smoke. The smoke go Canada. No so. Yes, salon police. You will implement the law. What doubt to now? What doubt to now, boo? So inside Motukan, not a public space. Ezekiel say, well, if I roll up the window, inside Motukan, no get problem. Party. Ah. But the smoke they cannot do if the wind that they don't. My man can't say they ask what's in the mechanism them where the government get for implement this smoking ban. Well, then get the secretariat to get for responsible for that and say that then get for implement. So maybe we'll wait for the guidelines. Me, I wish them be get them say this way pass. Well, these are the guidelines. Fatima Tabangua, thank you for the stars. Because as it is right now, well, they wait for the implementation. Ezekiel asked if there's age limits. Ezekiel, let's say ban. You sabi no more now. A ban no. What them ban na for all man? So then we party with the smoke pep. Eh? Pep smoking. What do we say? The one that they smoke pep, he mix. Now public, you know, for smoke. Oh, not get people who they smoke pep again. The part is still a smoke pep. There are no more pep smokers. Eh? Do we still have? And then village there. Adam Abete, thank you for the stars. Alright. We talk and go, talk and come. Smoking is dangerous. For we all health. You the smoker. Me you know the smoker. What's I did near you? Eh? Umar say a non-commercial car. Now a private space. Let's allow police not see you. Eh? And let's allow police not see you. Ah. And go implement that one day for you. You go ask. If you then are your car and they smoke while you in that they don't, it simply be say it is smoke in a public space. As long as you motoka then at the public, na so a Peter Pine say. Omar Kaba say if I see his stars. You look like say they hide them for me, but thank you for the stars, sir. Thank you for the stars, Omar Kaba. Welcome on board, Alpha. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A. I want to say a big good evening to all listeners all over the world. This is I would say a very good thing for we, Sierra Leone, because they don't say we don't be a signatory to this treaty, you know, and if the parliament thought and fit say them for pass a law like this, I think for me, it could be kudos to them. You know, a good sometimes let them only they focus on their personal interest or personal goal, but let them also focus on the public interest, which they protect the public. So for me, for banning public smoking, not just one that will say a step to a journey, because there are a lot of things where I will carry up much one small one for the, of course, let them include them or let them fair way, then they bring them as law in parliament. Yeah. So for me, a very, very, very big kudos to all the parties in the parliament, to all the even the independent candidates them, because they all have to contribute for say this bill become to law. Okay, but I get few things for take, and even as you start your analysis, AAA, I think the first thing you come up with when you make mention say, also in a public space, don't hold me pen, and they write some of them here. You know, say me quick able for notes them in the day down. Because I could remember back who draw the attention of the public will say, today we not get within a consultation, a parliament, today. because the law or the bill wey dem dey pass am by, they're not defined within a consultation. The same thing, we go back to the other bill, this public election bill wey dem pass 2022. They not give we a clear definition of within an unruly behavior where the commissioner go do. So again, we don't come back to this other bill. I think we did got the public attention and even the parliament to ensure say they're able to rectify some of them here. People, the way they write a book or way they write certain books, the way they write, you get for define some of the meaning of the words the way they use inside it. So it they guide the reader or they guide whosoever get for lay hand upon that book day. So now the same thing now, if we they define, if we they try for pass a law, we get for clearly define certain things them, so it will reduce the tendency for confusion, corruption, at the same time for let people misinterpret the law. So that's make we draw the attention of the public, the attention of the parliament, because we know to lawyers, because tomorrow now the lawyers and therefore get the argument here now. Who sign a public space, who sign not a public space. And you clearly don't make an open secret now. There is no definition for a public space. Somebody they say according to Wikipedia. Wikipedia now just a search engine. Yeah. Go back, waiting the law say now the law then get for use for interpret, not to waiting Wikipedia say. So that's the same thing back when we go back now, the same parliament day. Now, waiting I mean the definition for consultation. When you go bring dictionary definition, they say to them not to dictionary definition. Now, which how they want for interpreter. There's way more now you they say go to high court. So the same thing we will reach to this one if we not get a clear definition of a public space. Trust me, you know what's in the happen. They will begin misuse this law. Not only the misuse and corruption, there is high tendency for corruption, corrupt practices that will take place, because if police hold you now, you say, well, this is not public space. Now you compound. Let's say, like when they say big yard, now you compound. Police they pass, you go only way they smoke, they say to man, now settlements don't begin kind size. So bribery, that's a clear rule for bribery to police. Yeah, inside you motor car, private motor car, they drive you, they smoke or whatever, police pull you or break you. Yeah. Hold you to because there is no clear definition for a public space. So that's not the $1 million question. When we feel say this bill before then they complete them or before then they go fine tune them, may they able to put a clear definition. Some of them say how they highlight. It's good public perception on government interest on laws are very, very much important, because these laws are going to be implemented for the public, not in isolation. So a good law don't get a clear cut. So they say this land are then places there and then the law say na public space. Any other side apart from them place here, not a public space. I think that would be a very good thing. But again, AAA, like I say, me get few things them outside this particular bill or this particular law. Other than they implement this law, of course, the police now then they for enforce the law. But are the police trained? Yeah, if they train, waiting at the whose instrument then they get for you. Somebody will man say, "Bro, Alpha, which you talk about instruments where somebody they smoke." Of course, person can smoke. Where you see and they smoke, sometimes you take the waiting and just throw away a more mass or you do anything. There is no evidence base. Yeah, so if the police want to prosecute somebody with the smoke, what are the waiting at the evidence base? What they look at? Say now then see how they look where you able to charge somebody, because it's going to be a lot of arguments. It's going to bring a lot of misunderstanding. Yeah, but when they pass law, like it gets a clear, defined meaning, so it's easy for people to understand exactly what in the law they about. Again, our police train on them for this law. I don't think so. We police them don't train for this new law, they don't pass. So it says so the police get a lot of role to do. They need continuous training, refining themselves, readjusting themselves, training themselves every 6 months. Then forget refreshers training. At the end of the day, then they equip themselves the more. Whenever they get new public bill, new laws, they need for send them back to the police. Let themselves contribute, not only for just enforce the law, but therefore able for contribute for help the parliament waiting they needed for put inside that law there for make then the police your work will be easier. But if they just pass the law and the police has no contribution in the law, trust me, it's going to be a big challenge for them. At the end of the day, they will evaluate, they will get a lot of evaluation of human rights because they're not trained them. They just say all anybody or all person where they smoke. We sign out the public space. Sometimes the police not even knows and your own definition for public space is different thing. So for me, honestly, AAA, they have to fine-tune this law or this bill so that at the end of the day, it's going to be implemented simple and easy. And the layman there will be able to understand what the law is all about. Not to say, now for can't stop them not for smoke. Because smoking, if you want to smoke, now your business, now your right, now your body. But again, not smoking endanger other person in life. Law gets them very clear. Not to say the law can ban person off for smoke, but you should not smoke in a public space. Okay. Me other take what I want for bring camp AAA, not only on cigarette smoking or smoking in general, not say cigarettes. There are a lot of things that they will me feel say we parliamentarian therefore don't bring up. Yeah, I will just mention a few now AAA. One, you make mention of burning, public burning or open for burn dirty. But look, when you go first in a bomb at 24 hours, then they burn yonder. So then thing and then air pollution. At least then for don't add them thing and then for don't pass law and say, look, there should be no public burning of garbages or dirty or whatever. Yeah, that's now one to me one for see the bring can of parliament. Another thing again, AAA. If you watch where in they come, all we got at them don't follow put rubber. That rubber drink thing. Oh my goodness. It they cause lot if you go na beach, if they see them hundreds, even in my community, the youths they may get Saturday cleaning. If you see plastic rubber, ask inside the manufacturer. So for me, the need for put laws where they able for limits the production of plastic products them. Now get paper product, there is a lot for do because all they contribute for make we get illness in the country. Because when you got at a non-block, where in can the water see them, mosquitoes don't get way for breed. But if all the things that they don't able put limitation, they able put, they're able for change some of them product them. This part in the world, that shock you people. I don't know if it don't it happen in London or America. Now them plastic spoon, they like can go and marry them party that plastic spoon. They don't ban that. Now wooden spoon because then they be able for like reproduce and I mean a recycle and then they good for the environment. So at the end of the day, we really need for call the government. Okay. I think that call can't sign my phone. So we're able to call the government, let them some of them here, let them able to put limitation or control upon them here. Because it help for it really help for make we health system be stronger. Because if we they get public burning, we look what then they produce plastic rubber. There is no way when they recycling them thing, then they just waste no now. Say go na beach, they see plastic rubber. Nothing other way the government they do. Now time this way them for sit down. Until this time they get them for the go to bill and waiting and call them. Let them raise them thing and they let them able for like a bring them to law. So you're able for reduce the health hazard who gets in the country. Now that make when you look at the lifespan of Sierra Leone, it's very, very low. When you look at the world lifespan, I mean the checker. When you cross 35, 40 that's alone, now by God in power now you delete because there are a lot of things where we expose to for make we die. Now make people they die. Or you don't know what thing kill they say. So the government need for take this thing, the parliamentarian they need for stand. Let them speak for and on behalf of the people. Not only think the way they benefits them in political party. So for me, like I say, my conclusion, this is a very good and a clarion call to the parliament. Let them watch into the other things there. Alcohol again, other thing again. Public drinking, they for ban them. They not for sell home to possibly under 18. They for be a law, AAA, even the club, night clubs. Where you want for good, for me, if for good, let them put their law then they. If you're not 18 years age, you not for good night club. Yeah, it happen now. Why not for happen at Sierra Leone? This now we will able for tell the world say there are a lot of changes where they happen in our country. AAA, a lot of picking and dollars them future now light club. then don't lose, then don't, just forget about what they go on with them future now. Because then they go dance, go nightclub, all kinds of things they happen. But if we have limitation to these things, trust me, it therefore change the future of the country. Because the young generation, where they come up, now then gets the country. Not only one that we don't go, where they go, so most of them politicians are good and they go to some man don't pass 60. But yet still they're in a position. But if we protect the future of the young generation where they come up, trust me, we will get a lot of changes in Sierra Leone. Thank you very much. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Alpha. Let come with whose friend? Let we hear waiting he gets for we. Welcome on board, whose friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving the platform. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers them, and thanks to the source of information regarding this act. I believe just yesterday, yesterday they been get this, we have been discussed about this act. Inside the agenda, I think at the session we have been get and bring them up. It was one of the agendas that we have been get. And I believe Naina been the first thing after prayers. We then done with the audit. I think in fact that was the fifth agenda for the bills, one of the Tobacco Nicotine Control Act of 2022. But all this and they do now things that wouldn't they follow up. We first of all like one give a brief background of waiting, bring them up, we belong is small, and then the effect of this smoking. And there are other things in back way detail of how they're able for reach and the critical areas them we they mention inside the bill. We bring about a debate of over 2 hours, then they go for lunch. So here it comes to the area where they get laws, they pass treaties, them agreements, reduction of public health. Trying to promote public health and reduce the sickness they will relate to. Then tobacco, you been get UN, they be also get WHO. We been help them for them things there, but they all just come up for let them accelerate. They go and they say add gear. Go no say now from 1986. With the late Alaji Alim Sisi, then so rest in peace, whatever they call Awoko. Now him begin this advocation for talk about her. So coming from there now, we see them bring him up in the parliament indirectly, but then bring her now directly on his own. So now they bring him for argue about so them go in all the areas there because they get up to about 28 or 30, about 30 something pages or so. So then pages there now, they been get them into categories, whether they sell, whether they manufacture, whether the age we for sell to the areas of the public place. And I'll be able to catch much in debates. Because I'll be trying for go to work. But I believe say then get an issue back that area there for let somebody go define that public space based on we own culture. We know say we don't they actually develop now with the globalize, sorry about that one. Then you get the area where you should be mentioned like yesterday, people then get swimming pools, for example. So place that they now where the public areas of canopy. Because when you look at public areas of canopy, and then you talk about smoke in movement, where the flow and the air way bigger. So even here you can get debates where they say under the bus stop, or if the west side bus stop there, Pasadena, till they begin to adjust them, or if you're not going to them mall, for smoke, your first people work at them mall, they smoke up and down. So but all that they public space where I don't know if you can get for defined well. So you get for when you see public society we just enough. But we don't know how things they transcend. So when they bring them bus routes, there are other things. But you're looking at again communities because we own areas in a public place. We're not getting boko. And the further you go to the rural areas, the lesser even the advancement of them similar thing there. In case they will bring them bus stop. The only mall they will get at the marketplace, and then the other one at Victoria Park. You get all these places and pass now the side one of the social places them where we say some of them are easy to handle because now from one main entrance. So that part the a debatable side. But the few points they don't want to bring up what we just want to discuss if the law now because not just waiting they don't put that table before they will discuss them. Yeah, then they talk about the manufacturer because the point of the manufacturer, I believe say the one they want to advocate when this National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Not to say that drugs them up, but they can help use them back. Now Indian, so then why they can advocate? Because they never advocate say the manufacturer. The demand is what they should cut off before the supply. The supply is what they cut off when the demand not there. So in case somebody and the one way they supply them. But then the nicotine one now wouldn't do. They not go on that way. They just categorize them in a way where they say you are the manufacturer, you get a bigger fine. You are the one who they sell onto underage, you get a different fine. Then you who they smoke at a place where you did when they talk at a public place, one how they define that, then use against you on charge. So then the one that now back will get the authority for confiscate again, and that'll be the last point where they made the debate. For say the powers when they give for confiscate some of them things there, and then you get back the retailers them. So the retailers them now the one with the first clear because the retailers then young clause, the retailers then young clause have been there now the area outside the then they talk about selling. So the one of the MP then talks it the clause 24. Where the subsection of the other one at 29.3, but 29.3 in the retailer directly. So the 24 in they talk about the way you they sell them. So but the catchment to them be like for clear they say the fine will they not be by them the money will be there na be 1 million leones na be there for 6 months. So that 1 million leones for 6 months. Yeah, so now they accept now. The previous one, sorry, the previous amount, the previous amount was 10 million leones. Okay, the 10 million leones from the old money, on at 10,000 leones now. Now, you see if Bokula they reduce them for the one they only retail. So they will separate the one where they sell wholesale and okay, all up and stick they sell. But they know the whole and stick they sell, so they say they forget that you then they say then the amount of 1 million leones. Or it go for 6 months if he sell out to picking owner on the age. While the other one they now we the aging different, they get a higher cost. Then they come to the one they own the category of the manufacturers they now. The manufacturers in our different areas they catch them. When I see one, then see them tobacco product, then they get advertisement now when they force them for put way for BC. Now the sickness, so see these are the sickness they cause, it depends on the area, and then you get 20% of the written one. So you know that once the pictorial section now for Boku and the display one at 70%, and for occupy where you will see and visible. Then the writing at 20%. Then if I show say in a health hazard photo for container, for the against that law day, because the international treatment they pass along by all the countries. So now that one day they see that for follow. So you sell the product and manufacturer because we will not get manufacturer. Remember in a salon, you know being there now Rokel leaf and Rokel leaf in order to produce Boku tobacco. Most of them they sell abroad. They are doing the smokes. But point is here is the last side there. So then when they get 50 million leones charge, then you don't agree for let them go pay because then you won't be small. I think they will get small amount, but the case are up now to 50 million leones according to page 34. We applicable for that charge day for them according to the bill them the review. So that's 50,000 leones now as the money now. We have 50 million leones by then. Now in then they pay. Then at least in 6 years instead of 6 months, then they get 6 years if they fail for do that one day. But as I say, we don't have manufacturers there. Now more of people that we that distributor or the one they wouldn't say then they import them. So now importers they get for fall into that trap. So you want the import, if you know your product before this law they can say, if you don't check that product when they come, they not reach the salon. Exactly when you know the situation. I want to encourage smoking, but here is the situation we get for tell everybody what you need for know. Because you know most of the support people to smoke. Oh, that's not the point. I therefore showing the law they don't put and you will get for know you know. But that is how you get for work. So the public place is more the one who then I don't know how they get for end with and but the manufacturer then get their own, the one they would distribute get their own, and then even at some point somebody if they see then they can get them back slide they are not they can call them they comment them from the back. So those are the comments where you say, oh well, what about the one who it's not to back eating up in a comment again. It discuss about the one who drop then judge them. It's not about the judge, you get nicotine, so on and so forth. So I don't know how they draw the people or they litter the ground judge. Now the community them back, remember, then neighborhood all. The person, I don't know if now just talk you a hard day or he understand what he try for implicate. But that one day I just go review and see what they decide, because it's a bit difficult because it's not be so loud from the person who be the stream, the live streaming. Actually be able to see the live streaming, but it's not being clear. But the point here is then the therefore even say you want to drop litter when in case speaking was it or that smoking, but I don't know if that so-called tobacco judge, if he harmful directly with the way the smoke they go. I know say there is a detail in the chemistry of it, but when you look at the percentage of the smoke, so that one day back, I don't know if they drag her inside there. Then they see she back now somebody back grab. Now he say, oh, one thing they smoke around, see, even find the way for column where not be know somebody support the ICA, therefore include that day instead and this act here. So that one day back, I don't know more the inclusion, but the area is public use and children's use and adverts then go for dip and the production. So the production and the manufacture, whatever the imports, and then at the side of the way we then for show them property. So then we able to cover themselves. And the retailers then get forget the problem, because the retailers then do the public here, because the one way they sell the wholesale small to the other way they go sub retail. Now they want then they get forget the issues where you get forget identification of age, where you don't know the laws in salon, where we not get still that culture day of looking to age and understanding the circuit without picking in that little take his send and then bring on one day tomorrow, then go sell them. Then so all those scenarios and bring them, but finally then don't put them for them to go on a table so I'm able to discuss them. But when you look at the health issue of tobacco, we know see actually not a good thing, especially it means the system where they work for, because the human being they become we know see directly harmful. But it somehow, especially with the type of system that salon where they go on, it liable to a lot of sicknesses because someone they would get a heart problem from them things there, and then the lung cancers and other fasting there, depending the individual and the type of smoke. So all those kind of things in the day. But it all comes down to how government will able for control them in come one at the country where it was difficult. But remember, now think back when them they use for fend income, where them they produce at the country, where them they sell out to British tobacco company and one company in Malawi. That them they can buy the best product of tobacco, then they carry and go. The one who are the domestic type, and then they use for make that tobacco 5 small western because it not be so good. But the point here why we have to see there is a thing we then get for understand say the law is there. And then they get for understand some areas and we concern community, we say then we see this in an area, we in a public place, and then look how the rural people and get for involved, and then whether they can sit down back on that meeting and time for review deeply between the children they wouldn't send and the people that would see that they drop litter of that thing they well if not too big send at the bar in Duam, that's straight away, because in a place where people they accumulate the thing. But somebody when they smoke, you say drop and so, we know say the law of littering back, fine. Even filter knows that law they did. But let also severe in the way we are in. They affect people and something where now unconscious something where it go hard for them. Even though you have to be conscious, because conscious then you make development they come. Conscious then you make you as a civil person, you play your own partner in the society. So all I want is an interrelationship in there. But we are all they do them things there. But there are other things that you want them to think about because the drug act itself there and that would get for look into the severity. And the people in back will get for work with this particular act here, let them try and call them back, develop them and try to reimburse them because then they call for money. The agents that were responsible for doing things they are around. In other words, what you oversee, they are calling for funds and availability of transportation. But there is a lot we they need to do, not just to leave it there. And then the one day when they go pandemic meeting, they go sign their tricks there. Because when you go, then they pay for you, then they do all these things. But for the sake of coming out to implement it, you say just because you don't go sign, they implement them, and then will look into other factors and back again. So the person will not even eat Boku and that meeting day, where this is something and those they can't get now because they want to show back the profit of waiting the government don't do from waiting then go get outside. So you see the man they suffer. But not encouraging cigarettes, as they say here, but looking at waiting at the privacy and waiting at public place and waiting at place where people then will able to meet and you said go assess the evidence we go show all this. Because I believe say that the statistics of 640,000, but now you don't even be almost nearly 100,000 when they get the brand. I mean, the statistics of a survey of smokers they wouldn't in the country. But it all comes down to waiting them will do, let the people understand, and then waiting them will put in place, we will really reduce side where they no say, necessary for smoke, people are not smoking. But it's actually a good act in some way, but it all comes down to implementation and putting safeguards where the people are not going to be victims of something, because the one day wouldn't the mandate for go arrest and confiscate anything there. Remember, a policeman. So we don't know if people are there for be trained again extra because they know they get training and conference and then they know who that get for day. So like my special body we did for that one, they train them where they just they oversee how things are going. But here it not will be so. So man a neighbor where you see in company now in the arrest and care and go. Because that was the other area back when they forget catch me who that get the right for who. So you see all the things that they get for no. They not just left and no more, then go, then they say we don't pass the act. Because somebody they say back, well, even a tire base, no lock a tire base back, but now the woman they just they get small back talk. Or then they say, oh well, push back, but all those are laws no separate in each other. This is not just the nicotine act of itself. But I hope say government go able for look, because I see the speaker is very active now. He partake, he help quite a lot. But I only hope say the final decision when you reach that committee stage, people are not go just go there, then go decide, they say, no, we don't tire, now let's just finish the meeting. Because you always talk about timing. When you exhaust time, you always want to quit. And when you quit, the idea is the way they kind of last minute, now full up, now go. Now you can call some of them things that way they sit there and they argue. But when I get for live a lot of time, we have prepare well before we have delay decision. Thanks a lot. Let God help with leaders and let them be able to make decisions for help with nation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
You're welcome, sir.
I want to say thanks to Usfriend and Alpha for their submission today. You already listen. Now you an opportunity now. Let me hear you from you. Public smoking don't ban na Sierra Leone. Waiting now you take on this one. The phone line open now. 232-78990991 then a WhatsApp. 232-78990991 a WhatsApp. United States or United Kingdom. If you want for call direct, United States now 1-646-610-3107 or United Kingdom 44-739-803-0402. Unless if you think say we don't do well, then we go for camp tomorrow. Honeybee, thank you for the stars. Public smoking. I don't ban in a salon. If you want smoke, you go smoke outside, not to public. Yeah. Nancy say, well, they have to build more prison for catch the one then for accommodate. And for lodge the one that way the law get for bets. Because Okuboku people and they way they smoke. That's alone the lawmakers themselves. They be tussle with and small. Over say just go no more. That's why it pass. And be tussle with and small. Now come to Umar. There we are waiting na you take. Welcome Umar. 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for this. This is now a very, very serious issue. Where if they not enforce any law in Sierra Leone, this is now one of them for enforce and then for enforce them to the latter. I completely agree with Mr. Alpha. Let them extend and go far. Then for ban smoking, then for ban and then for draw lines them. If you give somebody cigarette, were they under the age of 21, not only then they fine you if you get shop, but they need for clothes and for wire. Yes. If the clubbing, Anybody where they under the age of 21, not for go club, they're not for sell gear and drinks, alcohol, period. Then bonding them, me to go fast, we then truck them. If we really want try for clear people the health, them motor, yeah, California had in the do. I don't know for another states them. Yeah, you motorcar pass, brew, kakada smoke, police see you, then they give citation. You don't go to court, and where you go now, because they get mechanic, they sit on the wait for you. You don't go show, police don't pull me over. When me motorcar be the pull smoke. That's why I can go back to the dealership for go figure the problem. Yes, because it pollute the air. All that bad smoke they know them motorcar in the pool, and then dirty and do it in the bomb. So me today, this, hey God, if the police themselves not Sierra Leone, if they allocated this now one to them for, because let nobody not tell me say that the people they right. You know what? Just like when you get small picking house, when you see and they play with fire, you pull and commodity or you not can, you do it for in your right, and the government get right for save people in life. If you want smoke, yes, for now. No hospital not there right now inside California we get smoking area. What me know of. Maybe a day somewhere. Because the one who send me to work, then we get a designated smoking area. 3 years ago, now in the band and this. Now family member we want smoke, then they tell you go 1 mile away. And they see the smoke anywhere close and they call security. They don't even move that designated area. Now, if we move out of California, don't ban public smoking in all restaurants, all parks. Everywhere outside somebody they pass. And where they smoke, even if not private motorcar, small picking they inside it in the G ticket. In the G ticket. Because not child abuse, not child endangerment. Yes. Because you're not going to know how bad cigarettes bad. But you want to just like what the Alpha say, if people don't want to smoke, fine. Smoke inside your house. Lock yourself inside your motor car. Or you smoke, even if you sit on a veranda, as long as where people let they pass, then a public area. Because if you sit on a veranda, not sit at the second floor, but down, like don't get in one flat, down, where people in the pass near you, and that smoke in the pass, that public area, because they affect the where they pass. And you know go say enough for pass now you do not, because now walk fast. Yes. So now that no more, my brother. This now music to me here. I pray with policemen they enforce this law.
Thank you very much, Omar. Therefore, if they call we they call you. Yes, caller, you get 3 minutes.
Yeah, triple A. They call from Washington.
Go ahead, sir. 3 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the program. I follow up, and me, if this government can do anything or this parliament can do anything, this I want to the parliament do. We are really glad and appreciate them. You know, this public smoking. We'll not say for smoke, but this public smoking. Good. I can always talk, say, you the smoke, you just start like and say, this na poison. Then you take the drink them. Because it is stated clearly that the packet of the cigarette say, smoking is not good for your health, or you take them. So, now out of ignorance, then it one, or now just out of negligence. So if the government today don't out a bill or a law way for ban smoking publicly, are they in support of that 100%? Me the work, me job was the work. Na America, yeah. My brother. Then they pay you every paycheck. Then they give you $20 if you need to smoke. For me, no more you no smoke. And then they don't help beaucoup people over the smoke for stop. Then they don't encourage we who know the smoke for make we keep on the good work, because every month they give $40 free. We say as in a free money they give we $40 free. So at least say for make the law now one, just echo the other caller talk. For make the law now one, make them do something for encourage people that may not broke the law. Because some man go on for one, But if you don't get out something, especially down in the Oakland, then public job, they know the Oakland, then government or what I can say, private or public places them, or government workers them. Obviously, they go out for the door. But if there is something incentive for encourage the person may not smoke, then why may they not go able for do one? That small thing what them for do for encourage people. Like we now that and do for we now yeah. Small thing, $20. If you need to smoke, then they be and pay check every 2 weeks. So for 1 month, when they pay you 2 term, then that $40 they receive. Then also, I want to agree with that other caller who talk say, then plastic rubber they are. Now in the pool, we got at them. So next time, if government they allow any company where they can produce drink, just like a mega cola from the one where they begin, take to today, don't able for change the plastic they eat. And it's sad. It's also bad. Why the government no go be mega cola, make them change them plastic, make them begin use recycling plastic. That's him. The people go then all the things they go, so people go gather there and can go back to them. They recycle and then make other one back. That's in this go up for clean. We got as them. So me, I want for join on with that. My brother who talk say this are the next thing what government for do. Make sure say anybody where they can produce something as salon, that thing for be recycled. The end product of that particular thing it for be recycled. Then it will help for stop this pollution business and salon. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. Yeah.
Thank you. If you don't call, no worry. When they return your call, yeah? As long as you don't call, we will return her. Smoking, public space, now they go together again as salon. Yes, Ezekiel, 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much, Triple A. First, I want for definitely say kudos to the lawmakers them. We want to recognize them for wait and don't come up with this for too long. I didn't think about that, and I hope say that they put age inside it, and it being the one that wait in the same picking there for go buy cigarettes, for let them go, then the law will go after them. Because now they all then smoking tea and now they begin. Some say they give picking, say go lighter for me. I hope say them put her inside it, so that then go begin push people them around a little bit. So I want to tell them thank you, then do a very good job, and then go continue for lookout into the clubbing like how Alpha be saying. Very, very important. If you care about education, Nayanda you go see, because if you curtail the nightlife of high school picking there, what did they do, all these problems they get by education today, it get things the way they stem off of, but we know say but high school picking the way they're not they under parental care. Sometimes then they move from one side and they then go to another town for let them go school. But when you get a nightlife, take on a timeline for certain age, it will eliminate a lot of things that will people and they go through, So now one thing for let you can't see what you find in other man country. Now another thing for let you go implement what you want for let you citizenry get out of her, So the idea even for fly around for go see, go encourage people and for let them can. No, when you implement good thing, people and go can do. So I'm glad you wait and don't begin this. This is a good thing. Let God bless them all. Let them continue the good work. Thank you so much, Triple A.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Public space, smoking, now they go together again, na salon. I don't separate them. Yes, Umar from Minneapolis, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. This why I need to, this is a good topic, this. Because the smoker, the smoker, this is very, very essential, a very important topic, this why. We know no more, but People away the smoke, if you say no more, na they harm, they know. You say self way that you don't need a person way to smoke. You get problem. Second hand smoking, the dangerous past the person say self way they partake in the smoking. So I think saying a good thing this way they don't bring come. So if you don't try say you stop smoking, you know you will get that chance to for do 'em. The wrong out way, even though not the pleasant way for do 'em. Because if you been doing on your own, you do it at your own pace. But this why our government don't come. So I think it's a good idea that if I begin think say yes, for learn for the smoke because it's not good for your health. It's not good for your health, it's not good for the people that will surround you back the health. So whether in a public place or na private place or na up the sky or na space or smoking in general, it's not good for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Omar.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I think say now would end all thing today. Smoking, public space, they don't ban them. And we wait for the guidelines. It don't pass into law yesterday the 3rd. We wait for the guidelines. The implementation. For pass me fine. WHO self glad with we, World Health Organization. Then glad with we, then self tweet. Sierra Leone don't do good because we don't sign the treaty and all these things. Kudos to we. You know, say this administration, now that thing they can put on them cap. Say they don't ban this. That's fine. Implementation. Igo Oluwata. We want to make you Oluwata. You want to know how they implement. Then just feel say another cash in product na don't cancel. Other cash in products na cancel. Man, they say like veranda now they smoke. They say in a public space. You go smoke, who sign up for smoke. And say in a public space. Kuku begin inside. Then before you know it, politics don't enter inside it. Then before you know it, implementation, they happen again. All man they frown. No one, I will be past some body, I left so. I die so. I die so. But this is a very good one. So let them know it's themselves. Then count the guidelines that we know. Are they going to have designated areas? Yes or no? Who sign a public space and who sign not to public space? Big yard na public space. If me know the smoke, we all then at the big compound. But what if me know the smoke? What if the papa they smoke by the pikin there? In private space, but what if they smoke by there? You know, like that's Oh, they come up, we don't see. Big man, they say, go buy cigarettes for me. Go to Koto, go buy the cigarette. So you can say, go na fireside and go light them for me. I said, but come and take begin smoke. For go light cigarettes. Now they go buy, now they go light. Is it I said the owner of the big yard, I go decide. Alright. So we'll take left here today. Salon Parliament. We Luna. But there, they want to be born dirty. When I try to do something about that. If not the health no more. On a able joking. If not we health no more. True. Una care for. I try agree with the doctor and they are the big. Yeah? But again, the one who they born dirty. Waiting for born, waiting not for born, all then they born. Because for the truck yun, me I get past Amos videos them. I get past Amos videos. For them truck there. Where they pollute the air. When they talk about all the bomb there, if na Kintom now, if na Kisi now, the pollution of Freetown, you know, correct say first. The provinces is way better. The pollution of Freetown, the air pollution, we air na Freetown not clean. It not clean. And I just say, well, if na the landlord now, na they smoke na the big yard, well, waiting the tenants then go do. The air na Freetown? Come on. Some of you now we're gonna village go hide. The bond of T-Sef now they give you chance again. The bond of T they give you chance. As I took out, thank you for the stars. The bond of T they give you chance at all. If you they escape that one day, na Freetown, then we'll reach and now well. And then say, well, wait, if you say you're able to escape, I make with the big them, do ya? With the big. With the big go, with the big. When I look into that one the back here. Alright. We'll go there back tomorrow. I am a salon. No, so.